Either way is fine. And now, did you have a difficult time? This is one of these questions I ask my guests.
Oh, are we live?
We're live right now. This moment. This is a question I ask my guests.
Yeah.
Did you have a difficult time finding this place?
No.
No?
No, this is a very popular place.
But have you been here before?
No, I've never been here.
Okay.
Yeah.
But this is your first time to be
Yes,
here?
this is my first time coming here.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. Well, Chimwemwe, it's an absolute pleasure to have you.
It's an honor to be here, and thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Thank you. Now, listen, we're not professional yet, Chimwemwe.
Mm-hmm.
So when you speak, you really have to speak up. Of course, don't shout, but, speak loudly so that the mic from the phone catches you. Let me just raise this a bit, okay? Raise this a bit, and then we're going to be good to go. Because, they tell us that there has to be 4 fingers when you're framed. You would know better than me. But when you're framed, it's 4 fingers above your head so that it doesn't look too tight. Yeah, so you're good. You're good. Welcome.
Thank you.
Yes. So now I have you on my television screen behind you there. That's you. That's you. And that is the scene that I love this scene because, apart from the fact that there was a fight scene in there. Mm-hmm. But this is the scene that, to me, introduced you to us. Yeah. Okay. Tell us, first of all, before we get to the show, tell me where you grew up and where you went to school.
Okay, so I grew up in the Copper Belt, Ndola, and we later on moved to Lusaka, and I completed my secondary education at St. Mary's.
Oh,
yes.
You went to St. Mary's?
Yeah.
Here in Lusaka?
Yes, here.
For some reason, you look like a St. Mary's girl to me.
Really?
You do. You've got that St. Mary's thing.
What's the St. Mary's
thing? It's a look. There's a specific St. Mary's look, and you have it. That's a good thing, though.
Okay.
Yes, yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah, so I completed my secondary education at St. Mary's in 2012. Yeah.
Fantastic. So when did you first get the acting bug? When did you realize, you know what, I think I like this acting thing?
I've always liked this acting thing. Yeah, from a young age. Sunday school, primary, I would always be found in plays, dramas, and all these things, even in grade 10 as well. I was always into acting, I don't know, and I was dramatic. My mom always used to tell me, "You're so dramatic," like I wouldn't be surprised if you ended up in the acting industry, but then it wasn't something that she wanted really. But my dad was more of the follow your dreams, just do what you want, we won't stop you. So
your parents, you got support from your parents? Did they support that?
Well, my dad.
Yeah.
My mom was, yeah, but my dad was more like, don't listen to your mother, just go for it. Yeah.
that almost sounds like your character, Anna.
Oh.
and the dichotomy she has with her parents.
Yeah.
That's so interesting.
Yeah.
So now tell me about some of the acting roles that you played before this main character.
I played, first and foremost, I was in the movie, OWA's production, Girls to Ladies, and I played the role of a police detective. Yeah.
Okay. Was that your first major role?
Was my first major. Yeah. Before that, of course, I used to go for audition after audition after audition. Yeah. But that was my first big production.
Okay.
Yeah. Then later on, I joined the Zuba set as a rebel.
So you were part of the Rebels?
Yes, I was part of the Rebels.
On the Zuba set. Mm-hmm. What was the scene? Describe the scene. I remember the scene, but just for the benefit of our viewers.
Okay, the first scene that it was the scene where we captured Tando. Is it Tando?
It's Tando at the time.
Tando,
yeah,
yes,
yeah. Because this was the original Tando, wasn't it?
Yes.
The first Tando, not the current. Was it the original or this is one? Because there have been two tandos. There was the first one and the second one.
The second one.
It's the second one. Okay. Uh-huh.
Yeah, second tando.
Right.
So we
Oh, right. Yes.
Yes.
Right. It was the second tando. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we captured him. We took him to the rebel base with Miranda, and we were always by her side. Yeah, that was our first scene. And
So you were in that.
yeah, I was in it. So we were bad guys, you know.
Yeah.
Always in black. And
Uh-huh.
we were the four of us.
Uh-huh.
So I was one of the rebels.
Fantastic. So now tell me about this role, the role of Anna in Makofi. How did you get this? How did this come to you?
Ish. I auditioned. Yeah, I was called for auditions, and
You need to speak up.
okay, I auditioned. Yeah, we were called for auditions, and I went there and auditioned with some of the other characters. I was given a script and all that. So I auditioned, and I auditioned for Petronella.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
auditioned for Petronella, and Anna as well. That was after I auditioned. No, actually, I started with Anna, and then I didn't get to audition for Petronella. But I thought I was going to be Petronella. Yeah.
And then they told you were going to be the main character.
Yes.
Okay. Now, your character of Anna is both, it's a physical role, plus it's a dramatic role. Now, tell me about the physicality of it, because, you know, you're playing a boxer.
Yeah.
Did you have to now start training as a boxer, and how did that work?
Yeah, so when I was told, no, the channel picked you as Anna, and so you're a boxer. And I'm like, I'm not a boxer, I've never hit anybody, I've never thrown a punch. I used to do this, I don't know if you can see that. I was like, oh my God. And Mr. Thompson, who's our executive producer, he told me, you guys have to go into training, you guys, the boxers. So we went into training, and we had a boxer training us, you know.
Like a real life, like a boxer?
Real boxer, yeah.
Wow.
It was something else, and we would go there every day. We would have muscle aches just to try and, you know, just get this basic idea and just have that, you know, of how boxers behave and just how to box and all that, just so that you look believable on screen. Yeah, so it was crazy. We did that for about 3 months.
Interesting.
Yeah. And then we started shooting.
Now, the first scene where you do fight, which I love, the fact that, in fact, it's right, the shot behind you there,
Yeah.
that was a few lines from there, you actually get into a scuffle with a bus conductor. Tell me about that scene. How many takes did you do, and where did you shoot that scene?
Funny enough, we shot this scene at Mateveto, the market. Mateveto. Yeah, that's where we did this scene. So it was interesting, you know. They brought the minibuses there, and we had extras, marketeers, and all that. And other people didn't even know we were shooting a scene there. So when we started fighting, people were like, hey, you know, like,
Hey, so,
yeah, for me, I loved that. It gave me the hype. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna beat this guy.
So how many takes did you do?
We did about 4 takes. Yeah, you know, no mistakes sometimes with some errors and all that. But yeah, we did about 4 takes. Yeah.
Okay, interesting. Now, your character has almost a very believable relationship with her parents. You've got one parent who doesn't want to support this boxing dream that this girl has, and then another parent who simply is supporting that. Yeah. What is your advice to parents who are dealing with a child that has a passion for a certain thing? What would you say to those parents?
My advice to parents out there who have children who have a dream that's besides what they imagined for their child is to just let them be by their side, support them through each and every step, giving them counsel and guidance as they are doing it. Because the thing that I feel a parent would dread the most is where the child blames them, you know. Maybe they pursue the career that the parent wants, and then the child reaches a point where things just don't go well, and they end up blaming the parent and saying it's your fault. And I feel like that wouldn't be a place any parent would like to be at, you know, and to feel like they hindered their child from pursuing their passion and their dream. Because once you just pursue your dream and your passion, it gives you this happiness, this fulfillment. And I feel that's a joy of every parent, to just see their children happy. And I feel like where their passion is, you're likely to succeed the most, where your heart is. And yeah, so that's my advice out there to parents. Just support them and be with them every step of the way, just so that they don't sleep.
Yeah. Assuming their goal is a good goal.
Yes.
Assuming it's noble.
Yes.
Because you know, some kids are going to say, I want to be a drug dealer.
No.
Support me.
No,
We
they
don't want
like,
to. Yeah.
And if it's something where, you know, yes, you have those, you know, like, is it good? But
Yeah.
what if she goes the wrong way?
Yeah.
Just be there to just keep them on the right track.
Let's talk about your character, Anna. It seems to me that Anna, the girl you play on Makofi, has a lot of pent-up anger.
Yeah.
She's very emotional in terms of, in some cases, she's very reactionary. For instance, there's a scene where she walks up to the gym and there's another girl there standing there. And I think she says something bad about Anna's father. And then she clenches her fist, ready to punch. Do you play her like that? Do you play her as someone that is always on the edge and ready to fight?
Yes, that's actually Anna's personality. Anna is a bully. She's violent, and nobody can tell her what to do. You know, she's got that. It's her nature. You know, she's that impulsive person. You know, she can easily get pissed off and all that, and anybody who stands in her way, anybody who talks about the people she loves, trouble. Yeah, but she's a teenager, and you know, she's got so much going through her mind. She's trying to pursue her passion. She's stubborn. You know how teenagers can be sometimes. Like, so it's just showing how this teenager is trying to go about her passion. Yeah.
You know, I have to ask you this. In being on such a huge platform, I remember when, you know, the television show Friends?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was listening to a story of how the producers of Friends, they told the cast, the whole cast, they said, today is your last day of being anonymous. When the show hits the screen, you've lost your privacy because everybody's going to know who you are. They're going to recognize you.
Yeah.
Before Makofi was released, did you sense that? Did you think, oh my goodness, after this show hits the screen, that's it, people are going to start talking to me? And were you afraid of that?
Yeah, I was afraid of that, especially
because it's such a big platform.
You know?
Well, there's nothing wrong with Salaula. We all buy Salaula.
Yeah, you know, but I like going there with peace of mind and all that. It's my happy place, you know. And people would be like, no, when Makofi hits the screen, you have to stop being found. And I'm like, what? Don't tell me that. But yeah, I had people always, they would tell us, frankly speaking, you know, that so guys, you know, things will be different. Yeah, once people get to know you and all that, things will change. Don't expect things to be the same, you know. It will be difficult to go to certain places. You won't be as free as you used to be. Yeah, so
Are you?
It was. Yeah, no, I'm starting to see that. So it's crazy, but
Yeah. Do you get any advice from the veteran actors that share the screen with you? Because you know, essentially, you're doing this with. There's some people that are very experienced on screen. You know, Kangwachileshe, the lady that plays your mother. These are people that have been on screen for a while. Is there any one piece of advice that they've given you?
Yeah, the veterans like Kangwachileshe, Yoko, you know, we have Chacha. They'll always give us advice, you know, the newbies. They'll always give us advice. And I remember something that my dad, Kangwachileshe, told me when we were on set, you know. I was so concerned about how my trousers was looking, you know. But then he tells me, don't bother about that. Just do your job. There's somebody whose job is just to look at how you're dressed. So just focus on your lines and all that, you know. So sometimes I would try and maybe okay, how's my hair and all that? You just, no. Just focus on your lines. You just act, And he would, because I would be with him, we'd be doing the scene together, and he would see how distracted I would get, and like, no. You just focus on what you're supposed to. I'm like, really? He's like, yeah. Don't worry. I'm like, really? Just don't worry. So, that advice, I've never forgotten that advice. Every time I just tell myself to just do my part. Yeah, and let other people do their jobs and all that. And Yoko would always, she gives so much good advice to me. Whenever I have an issue, she, having that experience on how to handle conflicts and all that, she would always give me advice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Yeah, they're always there to give us advice. I must say, their wisdom, they're not stingy with it. Yeah.
Wonderful. Chimwemwe Zulu.
Chimwemwe Zulu.
Thank you so much for making time to be with us, and thank you for coming out here and gracing us with your presence. We love this show. So tell us, I know when the show comes. Every Monday to Wednesday at 19:30. And
Yes.
incidentally, I must tell you, that's a perfect time slot.
Yep.
19:30 is beautiful. It's right after the news.
Yes.
Essentially after the news. And it's right before the other great shows as well. But you're right in a beautiful, beautiful spot. And we love the show. And is there anything you can tell us about, what to expect in the next, because,
The next episode.
Yeah, the next episodes. Any tidbit that you can give us, or no? Or we just wait?
I don't want to be a spoiler, but I'll tell you guys. Makofi just gets more and more interesting. If you think you've seen anything, it gets more interesting. I don't want to spoil it for you guys. I just want you to see it for yourselves. Just see it for yourselves. That's all I'll say. I won't spoil it. Sorry.
Chimwemwe, thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me.
We'll be watching. God bless, and we wish you all the best.
Thank you so much.
Say bye-bye.
Bye.